Welkom terug by nog 'n MK Ondergrond interview sessie. Vandag in die Ondergrond crew gesels ons met Henry Rollins, from punk icon, solo artist, author, actor, spoken word ninja, activist and all-round driven by rage good guy. Henry, hello.
Hello.
It's worth noting that of all the international rock and roll types that have all come to South Africa with the promises of we'll be back soon or next year, you're the only one who's actually stuck by their word. Does this mean that you like us as much as we like you?
Well, the reasons I come back are, it's more than one, in that I have an audience here, we find out. I'll go anywhere where the audience is. That's one of the jobs of being a touring performer. You go to where the people are who want to see you. If it's South Africa, fantastic. If it's Germany, I'll take it. So I'm happy for an opportunity to be in front of an audience that wants to be in front of me. And the fact that it's such a new country in my touring schedule, it's just fantastic. So I'm basically here because you're showing up, and that's it, basically. Everything about South Africa is different than other places I've been to. Just the immediate back history of the country, the reconstruction of things in this country, I find it all very fascinating. So it's fun for me to get to do my thing in this environment.
You're currently embarking on your spoken word Long March tour. What are we in for?
I basically do the same tour every time with different material. I tell the audience where I've been, what I saw, and what I thought of it, and how it, what happened. And so since the last time I've been here, I've been very, very active. It's been about 2 years since I've been here. And since then, I've been in southern Sudan and northern Uganda, Senegal, Mali, Cuba, Haiti, North Korea, Bhutan, China, India, Vietnam, Tibet. And so all of that was very informative. I've been doing a lot of work with National Geographic. Those shows apparently are on television here now. I turned 50 last year, so I talk a little bit about the things that struck me as I turned 50, the conclusions I made, revelations I had. And that's kind of it, in that those are the pots I'm sticking my paintbrush in. That's the source materials as far as stories.
So when did the penny drop that music was no longer the vehicle for your message? Most rock star types will run out of things to say when they turn 40, and you seem to be gaining momentum past the age of 50.
I'm not a musician. I'm just a guy who wanted to yell, and so I got the chance to be in a band where I could shake, rattle, and roll. And I can't pick up a guitar and play it. I can pick it up and carry it for you. I literally do not know a note from a chord. Like you go, ding, I can't tell you what that is. I can just tell you if I like it or not. When I stopped thinking in a lyrical manner, I stopped doing music. I now think more analytically than poetically. But rock music, the genre I loosely come from or am associated with, necessitates that you play the old songs for the encore or for part of the set. And I don't want to. I just don't want to walk up there and go and say, remember this one? And have a young festival audience look up at me and go, no. And I don't want to sing a song about some broken romance, a song I wrote like 25 years ago when my thing on romance and women and all of that, I just don't feel that way about it anymore. And when I see someone like Mick Jagger running around on stage singing, I can't get no satisfaction, I have to come to the conclusion that he either doesn't know what satisfaction is, he doesn't want satisfaction, or that he's lying to me. And so there's a few people who wear it well. Iggy, Neil Young, people like that, Keith Richards, they're still going out and they're still hitting it. But I can't justify it for myself. And so 2000-something, I kind of went, okay, I'm done.
You often speak about the sexualization of death. How do you think we can kill the romance?
I don't think you'll ever be able to kill the romance of death, in that it's bitching for heavy metal, it's bitching for video games. It's great when you're in your Arthur Rimbaud, Jim Morrison phase of your upbringing, and I'm 17, so close to death. You're like, yeah, when you're 17, you are that full of it. When you're 50 and your knees hurt, you're way closer. And at the same time, you feel more further away than when you were 17, perhaps. I think when you have a more educated society, you have less needless death, like less murder, less gun homicide. And from that comes more of a value of life that doesn't necessarily have to be in a church. It doesn't have to be a Christian mainstay. It can just be like we're a human thing.
Any last words before we embark on some endurance listening on the Long March tour?
Let's see if I can still do it. We, the people of South Africa, recognize the injustices of our past, honor those who suffered for freedom and justice and freedom in our land, respect those who work to build our country, believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it, united in our diversity, We therefore, through our freely elected representatives, adopt this Constitution as the supreme law of the Republic so as to heal the divisions of the past and establish a society based in democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights, to lay the foundations for a society that is democratic and open in which government is based on the will of the people and every citizen is equally protected by the law, to improve the quality of life of every citizen and free the potential of each person, to build a united and democratic South Africa. There you go. That shows you how much time I spend on my own.
Thank you, Henry.
Ain't no thing.